August 14th, 2013 was the day when the anti-work Reddit board was found. Yesterday, precisely at some point in the evening, the anti-work Reddit board died. Slightly. It actually went into complete utter lockdown, simply because a Reddit moderator went on national television. Now, I wish I... I always love stories of when Reddit gets in like bad hot water. So to understand what actually happened, for those of you who don't know what anti-work is, anti-work was a Reddit board that was basically associated with the anti-work movement. Now, initially, like most green text readers like me, I actually believed this story for a long time. Goes on to subreddit. There's a sub that's growing fast called r/anti-work. It's literally fast food employees saying they deserve $50 an hour for pressing buttons all day. One person wanted $200 per hour because that's how it was in the 50s. I don't even think it was like that in the Looney Tunes during the 50s, but okay. Everyone else just doesn't want to work at all and thinks working at all is against their human rights. Complains there are poor people in America, even though being poor still means you have cable, smartphone? Wow, I'm really Indian. Food and usually internet. Which, these are basic things. I don't think they necessarily evoke happiness or take you out of the poverty line. The fuck is this? Is this a sub the epitome of wagey cope? Nobody on this sub has a meaningful job. Seriously, the most respectable occupation from someone on that sub was a bartender. Now, to understand, okay, like most green tech stories, a little bit of a gross oversimplification. To understand, okay, I've been a wage cuck since I was a small little boy, okay, like 16 years old when you were legally allowed to be a little like wage cucky, all right, like a wage cuck junior. I was in the world of retail, okay, I got diddled hard. I got shitty hours, I got shitty pay, and frankly, it was just not worth it. It was slightly just under the threshold for child labor, okay, that's just how I did it. Now, of course, throughout my life, I got better jobs, I worked my ass off, I grinded, I used whatever I could to pull myself out of bad situations, and I've been at the higher end and I've been at the lower end, and I can tell you right now, I'm not opposed to having better conditions. You know, when I was growing up, in the days of my youth, my teacher said, treat people how you want to be treated. And if paying somebody that works 45 hours a week for you, you know, some decent, like, you know, salary or pay, just so they can afford to have a decent quality of life is something that I grew up, you know, being told, and it's something that I believe can still happen. And that's basically what the anti-work movement is actually really about. You know, it's people trying to get like better conditions for their workplaces, especially during the last 2 years when, like, god damn, everyone's been diddled up the ass when it comes to work. You know, that's basically the general thing, but I'm going to stop the whole preachy stuff right now because frankly, we got to get to the real hilarious part of the situation. Now, when the anti-work Reddit board was created, all right, when the anti-work movement basically kicked up, there was something that was known as the Great Resignation. Now, this doesn't sound as cool as what I want to put it up on paper, but frankly, you started to see a bunch of text messages from people who are basically going up to their boss and saying, you know what, chief? You can suck a dick! All right, that's basically what it was. Now, again, the validity of some of these screenshots that people were sharing, questionable, but I kind of wanted to read it. So here's one like, hey, Becky canceled on Saturday. I'll need you to come in and cover for the amount of times I got a text like that. Ooh, that's not my problem. Saturday is my day off, and I've been working 8 days straight and really need it. God damn, 8 days? Shit. Which to the employer's like, I'm sorry, we're short-staffed, I need you. I'm not coming in, so... You have to! I'll see you Saturday! No, you won't make me. I'm not coming in, you can't. You sure you want to do this? You really want to put your health insurance on the line? What are you going to do, fire me? I know you're short-staffed, and then blah, blah. It's all just bartenders here, okay? They're short-staffed. They don't want to show up. I don't accept that type of attitude. Last chance. I'll see you Saturday, or I won't see you again. To which they're like, I had enough of your bullshit. Now, of course, there were more texts right over here. Coincidentally, another bartender. There's a lot of bartenders on that sub. We're going to talk about this attitude when you come in Sunday. No, we're not. Bartenders are needed all over the place. I think I'll just go work at one of the other dozens of places hiring. I'm fed up with you. Well, give me a call. don't make such an impulsive decision. You're making a mistake because you're drunk and you think it's a good idea. When you wake up tomorrow, you're going to regret this. Eat my asshole. Ooh, a little spicy. And then here's another meme that I liked. A virgin hard worker graduated from college and now has to work. You know, this is literally, I was a wage cuck like this, dude. They put me in the wage cage 9000 and I was stuck in there just grinding away. To which you got the Chad time thief who makes memes on company time, but also does not snitch on other people, okay? Also, this person says they had a master's in computer science and they never written a line of code. The amount of people that lie on their fucking resumes is insane. Now, again, it really didn't help when you had, like, a subreddit for those who want to end work, are curious about ending work, want to get the most out of a work-free life, want more information on anti-work ideas. It's very much like, you know, teetering on the edge of making it look like it's just a bunch of lazy people sitting on the internet. And that wasn't exactly how it was, but don't get me wrong, it's kind of how it was a little hijacked. Now, of course, the sub has been locked down. Nobody's able to access it anymore. In fact, we're closed while we deal with the cleanup from the ongoing brigading. Now, the epicenter of why this board actually was locked down was because of a Fox News interview where, like, one of the moderators for the anti-work board actually went on. Now, from what I understand, they had, like, this general agreement, like, please don't go on national television and make an ass of yourself. Because when it goes time to, like, any of these, like, national news networks, especially, like, Fox News, we all knew from a mile away they were setting the fucking claymores down. They had the one-man Army Pro Modern Warfare 2 99 claymores and a grenade launcher to go on this one. They did not care. So they got the Jesse Waters, basically one of the hosts on here, the anchor people, and they pit one of the moderators. Now, what you're about to witness is a literal snuff movie. I don't even know how this is on YouTube without actually being taken down. But let's go watch it real quick.
And, you know, you can walk away from that job at any time and quit. So I don't understand really what this is about, except it sounds like maybe people are just being lazy.
So already you can see right now, this is basically all you had to see in this entire, like, piece. This one moment, okay? This is like, if I had to, like, National Geographically explain what was happening, the fucking tiger is waiting to pounce on its prey, okay? He's already dropped the lazy bomb right here, okay? He's already dropped it. To which you're about to witness the one line that killed an entire Reddit board within the fraction of a second. This is 3 minutes of a TV interview that basically destroyed an entire Reddit board. Listen to this one.
So I think laziness is a virtue in a society where
laziness is a virtue. That's basically all you had to hear to basically kill the goddamn board right there. Now, initially, Jesse asked this person what their, like, work week is, and to which they replied that it's somewhere around, like, 20, 25 hours. And when Jesse asks them what their job is, they actually respond with one of these.
And what do you do, Doreen?
I'm a dog walker.
A dog walker. Okay.
Yes.
Now, one of the smugness of Jesse actually kind of gets to me. There's nothing wrong with being a dog walker. Clearly, you know, there's some people that are too busy to walk their dog, so having that, you know, as a service isn't necessarily too bad. Now, to understand, I don't believe that dog walker is necessarily the most strenuous job, and I think working 20 to 25 hours a work week actually isn't a full-time work week. You know, last I checked, when I worked a full-time work week, that shit was like 40 to 45 hours. 20 hours is kind of like part-time-ish, okay? That's where we get into. You know, when you hear condescension like that, it's already time to get the hell out of there. At this point, there was like no question being asked. Jesse had found himself a lamb willing to go right to the slaughter.
Just be super complaining. You know, dogs are wonderful animals. But I would love to teach. I would love to, work with people and stuff like that.
What would you teach, Doreen?
Philosophy mostly. Just introduction to philosophy, critical thinking, reason.
You see, you're never gonna win when you got a face like that. You're never gonna win when he's like, teach, let me know. This is like, oh, no, you're not winning. Now, to understand, this is like the example of like somebody being so anti-work, I guess, that it did not work to even think about going on national television. Effectively, what had happened was Fox News brought this one moderator on, and let me be honest, I've worked in television long enough to know this was vetted way well in advance. They had like an entire team. They talked to this individual like, oh boy, we are gonna have fun with this one today. Ha! 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 And they brought them on national television, and they made a fool of them. And because of this, the entire board effectively got brigaded and shut down, like we saw earlier. So this basically shows you if you're complete. Again, there was no like serious question being asked. He brought him on TV, basically made a fool out of him, basically completely made a fool out of this movement that a lot of people were cultivating for years to make legitimate, to really push some actual grievances along. And it took one Reddit moderator to fuck things up for an entire board. Now, of course, when you go on, there is an entire other subreddit, okay? There's other, Reddits that are work reform is one of them that actually is completely memeing on the situation. While this clip made it to the top of Reddit, this is one of the other posts that made it to the top of Reddit. For instance, this is a good example. I'll do the interview by myself, applying a little clown makeup. He might ask the hard questions, never did. I won't be prepared. I'm a dog walker. Again, I don't want to say anything wrong with dog walking, but you could have gotten some better you could have gotten some more verse moderators on there. Seems like the person wanted 15 minutes of fame, and boy did they get it. That's what I know. Now again, I don't really want to jump too far into this because frankly I don't really go into like these super political topics because I'm not intelligent on any of that. But given my experience, all right, and reading the subreddit, because I used to go on it for a fair bit, reading a lot of those like great resignment text messages, whether they were real or not, always gave me a chuckle. And to basically see in the last 24 hours one of my favorite little cute subreddits imploding on itself because of one Fox News 3-minute interviews, 180 seconds, was an absolutely baffling thing to see. Because this is what happens when a Reddit moderator goes on national television completely unprepared. He can in fact kill an entire subreddit with over 1.5 million users on it. Going to show you that if you're going to be thrown on a national television, be a little bit goddamn prepared next time. That being said, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.